Hey guys, Dave here. Today on Steel Euphoria, thought we'd take a look at one here from the Ryder Reserve line. This is one of their newest ones. This little fella here is called the Roundup. And as you can see here, she's in more of a traditional Stockman style three-bladed pattern, which they change up the blades just a little bit here. We'll see that shortly. But this one is done in a looks like a brown canvas micarta. See it, beautiful micarta scales on there. I'll try to get a good close-up of that here for you guys. There's a few very small voids in there where the glue isn't all the way set or the epoxy didn't all the way set, but overall the finish on this is quite nice. It's nice and smooth. It's got grip on there. It's kind of the best of both worlds, which is something I can really appreciate. This is 3 7/5 inches closed, and this particular version weighs in at a hefty 4.1 ounces. And we'll see why here shortly. She's a tank. She's a hog. If you're looking for something with a three-blade pattern in a 3.75 inches closed length, you can look at, Case makes other patterns which are a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter duty, I guess you could say. But this guy here, you can kind of see from these back springs, is built like an absolute tank. The blade stock that they use and the spring stock that they use is definitely on the larger side, and you can see just the beautiful fit and finish on there. Absolutely no gaps, there's no voids. Just really nice on the fit and finish. You can see that really thick stock they use on that main blade, and you kind of see there they have a spacer system for the second and third blades to allow them to fit in to this two-spring pattern comfortably without having any blade rub, which I think is absolutely fantastic. You can see here how they squeeze everything in there, and she looks like she's really close between this second and third blade, but there's actually no blade rub in there. Really a well-designed, well-executed knife. And you can kind of see on the scales there, they have a bit of a swell there in the middle. Kind of helps out with your grip a little bit. I've carried this one now for, I don't know, I guess close to a week or so. And you will notice it in the pocket. It's something that doesn't really bother me. I like having a strong, heavy-duty folder in the pocket, knowing it's there, knowing it's ready to work, knowing it'll be there for you when you need it. Anyway, let's take a look at the lineup on these blades and see how they did. You got your match strike nail nicks. First, if I didn't mention, it does have nickel silver pins, brushed, nickel silver bolsters. You got dual etching on the front, dual etching on the rear, and same on your pile side. I think it really looks nice with those nickel silver pins next to that brown micarta. It really does look nice. Anyway, let's take a look at this fella here. She is a half stop. Nice and jumpy on that half stop. And just an absolute lovely snap on the open. Lovely snap. The pull on that isn't bad at all. I would say probably about a 7.5. But there you can see that beautiful D2 blade. So you're going to kind of have the best of both worlds. You're going to have stainless. You're going to have a little bit of corrosion on there if you don't take care of it. But it is D2. It's going to hold that edge for you for quite a while. Might be a little tricky to sharpen. Sometimes I cuss at D2 when I'm sharpening it, but a little bit of persistence will pay off. But a beautiful drop point blade on that main blade on this guy, and you can see the thick stock that they use. Really is meant for some heavy duty work. I know these are just slip joints. You don't want to do anything super heavy duty. Don't go cutting your fridge in half, guys, with these. That's not a good idea. But really just a beautiful drop point blade. There's your etching. You got your Rough Ryder Reserve, your triple R's, and of course your Rough Ryder etching down below it as well. And there's your model number, RRR026, and it is a D2. And these are manufactured overseas, as you can see the China stamp on there. And these do come, if I haven't mentioned it, in a beautiful Rough Ryder Reserve cylinder type 10. It's got your polishing cloth. Really beautiful presentation from Rough Ryder on these guys. I really like what they're doing with their Rough Ryder Reserve line lately. And it's nice to see them go back to more of a bit of a traditional style. I guess you call it Stockman, Sowbelly, but this one's called the Roundup. So they changed it up a little bit here, and we'll see why here on this secondary. But let's check the closing action on that main blade. Lovely half stop. And nice and snappy on that close. Just beautiful snap on that close. And these are going to have a different audible sound when they close, because they do incorporate, they have stop pins in there. And you can kind of see right in there the stop pin, where it's got a little bit of oil on it, will come in contact with that stop pin in the blade, and it snugs it up real nice. And there you got stop pins. This one runs all the way through in the back, and you got one. We'll try to get a better shot of that here on the third blade, but you just have one on this on the back side, on the pile side. Anyway, let's take a look at that secondary blade. Oh man, I just love that snap. Just beautiful. And our secondary blade, beautiful half stop and a lovely snap. And this is not ye old lazy spay. They put the spay on the secondary blade just to change things up a bit, and I absolutely love that. You kind of see how it swells up there at the tip, and what that is that allows you to get a better purchase on that nail nick right there, that match strike nail nick. Really easy to access, lovely half stop, lovely snap on the open, beautiful action. The blade stock on this guy, you can see, is a little bit thinner. She's going to share that spring with the third blade on there as well. But just beautiful. There's no side to side play. There's no up and down play. It's got lovely tension on it. Just built to get the job done. You can see there you got your triple R Rough Ryder Reserve etch on that as well. Pardon the fingerprints, but I have been using this guy. Like I said, I carried her around here for a few days just to get a good feel for her, see how she would do, see how she would perform, and it's just been absolutely beautiful for me. Let's check the closing action there. Really nice on that half stop. And a lovely snap on the close. Lovely snap on the close. You see these tangs do sit a little bit proud. They are sharp without being sharp, if that makes sense. I guess if you're sitting there really grinding your finger on there, you might get a mark or two on your finger, but really nothing I'm gonna write home and complain about. Anyway, let's take a look at that third blade on there, being they put the spay in the secondary position. So what did they put for the third. Beautiful snap on that. Again, half stops on all three. Beautiful snap, and you see that mini drop point blade, which gives you a beautiful grip in the pistol style grip for that real small intricate work that you want to do. She'll be there. She'll get the job done for you if you need her to. And again, you're etching triple R and Rough Rider Reserve on that one as well. So they really did change up the configuration on these guys. I guess they didn't want to follow the usual set of Stockman rules. They called it the Roundup, made it their own, designed it well, executed it well. And there you can see the stop pin for that third blade down. It's hiding down in there. So it's not like a traditional slip joint where it'll rest on the tang on the kick right there. It actually comes in contact with that stop pin and holds everything nice. Thus you have a different audible sound just when you close it. So again, lovely half stop on there, and listen to the close on this little feller. Just a snapper. Absolutely gator snapper on that guy. She means business. Again, she looks like she's close, but there is no rub on these guys. You can actually see a little bit of daylight going on through there. And again, they got your spacer system over here to allow those two blades to share that spring. My overall thoughts on this guy is I absolutely love it. It's just well executed. I love the changes that they did with the blade configurations. The brown micarta, the D2 steel, absolute win-win in my book. So guys, there's a good look at your Rough Rider Reserve Roundup. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and until next time.